we're talking about the Fast and the Furious. Our Patreon picked this movie.
We can't do that, Jackson. We have to talk about Jurassic Park 3.
Of course we can do that.
Dude,
what do you mean?
This is the thing, man. If I don't do it this way, I've got to edit my code slightly, and that takes effort.
God damn it. Okay, fine. We'll do Fast and Furious.
I can do it for you, Jackson.
Let's be very
Fast and Furious.
No. That's not the name of it,
Jackson.
Jackson.
I have it wrong in my code.
Yeah, you need to. You mixed them together a bit. It's The Fast and The Furious.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Fast and Furious,
which
we will be seeing later on.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, this is a Patreon pick by Lavaskin. Thanks for requesting this. The TLDR of this movie is that we see some people hijacking trucks at the start, or we see the main character, I guess, trying to like drive his car fast, and then it cuts to like them hijacking trucks. I can't remember the exact timeline of events, but basically what goes on, we have an undercover cop, and he's trying to get close to the Don, or whatever his name is. I can't even remember at this point. I think it was Don.
His name is Dom.
D-O-M.
I thought it was Don, like he's like the big Don.
No,
his name is literally Dom Toretto.
That's
yeah, because he's like a dominant figure, you know.
Exactly,
Yeah,
he's a Don.
sure.
So yeah, he's doing some bad stuff. The undercover cop is trying to get to like the bottom of this like underground racing scene and like potentially what they're doing like illegally, and he tries to get closer to Dom in this scenario because he's like kind of like the kingpin of a big group of them, and he does, and then he reveals that he's a cop, and then there's like a big scene where they're like trying to steal a truck, and then he stops them, and they have a big emotional scene where they drag race and almost die in a vicious manner by train, and then the movie ends.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Jackson, it's all about family, dude.
It is all about family. We didn't get... Yeah, I guess we did.
It's not really... I mean, I guess they have a dinner scene. They don't start pushing the family too hard yet.
Yeah, it's
later.
very early in the series still.
Yeah, that comes later. So big question here for you guys, right off the bat. Who is the Fast and who's the Furious?
None of them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because the Fast and the Furious.
I guess Dom is pretty furious.
Yeah.
The Asian
I
guy was
guess...
pretty furious as well, just like drive-by shooting people with fucking automatic SMGs on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
I feel like Paul Walker might be the Furious, because he's not faster than Dom.
Yeah. Is he really that furious, though?
He's an undercover cop, Tanner. He could be faking it.
He's angsty.
I guess.
True.
Yes.
He does get a little furious at one point. He punches a guy.
Honestly,
Yeah.
when I was watching this movie, some podcast listeners might not know this fun character in the Guapish compendium here, but he's been on a few episodes. I just kept constantly thinking this guy acts like Blake. Mostly in like the start of the movie, he was giving off mad Blake energy. It was all I was thinking of. Just like the way he like handles scenes, like social interactions and stuff. I thought that was really funny.
I was kind of getting that energy too. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that.
Can I give one of my complaints about this movie?
Go for it, man.
The shaky cam.
Oh my
God,
fucking God!
Holy shit.
Some scenes are so fucking nauseating with it. It is almost unwatchable.
They've got like shit passing in front of the camera and stuff too. Like they really try to focus on making cars look really fast, but it just makes them look dumb.
Yeah, a lot of the action scenes as well are just fucking unintelligible with that shit.
Yeah. The funniest thing too is from a car guy perspective, I was really expecting a lot more from this movie, but obviously because they have to dumb down a lot of things to fit like a wider audience. This movie's pretty stupid from like a
You
car
had
guy
many
perspective.
complaints.
Yeah, I was constantly ripping on this movie when we were watching.
I can only
it
imagine.
for all sorts
All
of
right.
random dumb shit they were doing.
Hold on, Jackson. 60 seconds. Give us Jackson's car talk.
Car talk. All right, easy number one here is that they're constantly talking about like a 10-second car being really fast. You can build like a 10-second car is like how fast a car can run in a quarter mile. That's not really that fast. It's honestly pretty fucking slow in modern day. I don't know how it was like 20 years ago. So this is less like a big complaint. But I thought it was really funny that like a 10-second car is like a really fast car back then. But that's like peanuts nowadays. That's like a baseline car. They're constantly doing like one hand when they're drag racing, which is fucking retarded and insanely unsafe. Like you need to have both hands on the wheel, especially if you're like ripping around like that. It's insanely unsafe to do that. The fucking car was like on the very first drag race they did with Paul Walker. His car was like totally smoking and like looked like the fucking engine blew up and he drives off like immediately after like nothing happened. Even though it was totally smoking like crazy, like a fucking coolant line broke or some shit. Nitrous oxide is fucking retarded. That's not how it works at all. It's really cheesy and stupid. It's like some fucking Need for Speed bullshit.
What do you mean? It doesn't make you go fast?
I mean, it does, but that's just not how it like you normally have it set up in a car. It's normally more of like a passive thing rather than like an active thing. Yeah, it's pretty silly, honestly. Most of this movie is pretty stupid and dumb and silly.
Jackson was constantly complaining about this one hand thing.
I could only imagine how watching this movie with Jackson was. I'm just kind of glad I watched it on my own.
Jackson, I'm kind of curious, because I feel like they don't communicate this very well in the movie. Is there skill involved in the sort of just straight line racing they're doing, or is it purely like, hey, I think my car happens to be faster than yours?
As far as shifting
there's
goes,
absolutely skill involved. I mean, normally you're not using fucking nitrous oxide for drag racing at all. The big thing about this is that they're doing drag races in like street cars too, which is really fucking stupid. Normally you build like an actual drag car with like drag radials, like specific tires that are meant for drag strips and stuff. But that's beside the point. But there is, specifically with like shifting gears. Because you can shift gears wrong, you can shift them too quickly, you can shift them slowly, things like that. And that takes away a lot of time. Obviously, these guys are driving manual cars, which is like the big deciding factor outside of just like horsepower and stuff. Because you can have like a much faster horsepower car, but if you're fucking dog shit shift, you can miss a gear or something like that and like fuck up the whole race.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why if you ever play
good
those,
to know.
That's why if you ever play those racing arcade games, you could fuck it up. So that's how you know.
Sure. The music in this movie is absurd. Holy. Now, I'm not even saying, like, bad. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it was
It's all the hits we want.
Yeah.
Is my mind making this up, or did they play Papa Roach?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
Maybe.
hearing Papa Roach.
I don't remember.
It was all the 2000 hits we want to see. And, like, that's my next point. This is the This is probably, like, the most aggressively 2000s film I have ever seen.
Especially with their outfits, dude. Their fucking outfits are insane.
The way the insides of all the buildings look, the attitudes, the way people are behaving, it is like Jesus.
Yeah. I guess a couple of points for me. This happened way heavier towards the beginning. It kind of popped up every once in a while throughout the movie. The camera shots and like the effects and everything they were doing were just super fucking goofy. Like the way that they had the car speed off and like the warbly like space warp color shit when you're inside the car, just like really disorienting and like motion sick.
That cartoony stuff was weird.
Yeah, and they were heavy on it at the beginning. I'm like, man, I don't remember this in the movie. This is gonna continue. This is gonna be horrible. And luckily, it looked like they dialed it down a ton.
I don't think they do, like, really weird sort of, like, interpretive sort of visual effects like that, like, in any of the other ones. I think they were like, that's...
I mean, it was their first
movie. It doesn't really
movie.
match the tone they're going for.
They're just trying to be like, whoa, we're racing cars at super fast speeds, look at this! And it's, it just matched probably the era of, like, the 2000 where everybody
I'll take that back real quick. They probably do that shit in Tokyo Drift, I'm gonna guess. But it probably feels a bit better there.
Yeah. Dude, I love Tokyo Drift. They have Donkey Kong in that one.
They also have the best song in the series.
That's
true.
If you know,
Tokyo Drift, by the Teriyaki Boys.
Huh.
Dude, I miss it from, like, these fucking early 2000s movies where just, like, every film had to have, like, their own theme song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was great.
Yeah, it was.
I wish more things did that nowadays.
Yeah, I think people are just running out of creativity or something.
I'm wondering where you guys fall on this, because I don't know if they knew or if they didn't know. Race Wars? Did they know?
They have
I laughed about that fucking every time they brought it up.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I
feel like they had to know, right?
Right? It was Asian people
they,
versus whiteys.
They also they play it completely straight though. Like they don't put any like little hints that they're like in on it or anything.
Yeah, no one has like raises an eyebrow or anything when they say, "All right, man, we're going to go do some race wars."
Yeah, no, it's like
to be completely
everyone
honest,
just accept this is the name of the thing. I don't know if the writers knew,
My brain definitely did not interpret it this way until you mentioned it just now.
Hot damn.
Dylan is one of the average writers who wrote the Fast and Furious movies.
Nah, man, I never write this movie. What are you talking about?
I found it very funny at that end scene where they missed the train and then got hit by a truck. That was very funny.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
That was such a violent crash, too. Especially a car like that. I didn't see a roll cage or anything in it when they were looking at it for the first time. And that's like
I noticed a roll cage
there
on
was a roll cage? Okay, I just missed it then. Yeah, I was
for
gonna say, if we didn't have
whatever
a roll
reason-
cage, that whole thing should have fucking collapsed in like a tin can.
Yeah. For whatever
I'm
reason...
curious if you guys agree with this.
Okay.
I'm curious if you guys agree with this. Based on this one alone, I don't know how this went on to become a franchise with like 10 plus films.
Yeah.
I feel like after Paul Walker died, it was more like we have to carry it on for Paul Walker.
Answer the
kinda
question
thing.
I asked, Dylan.
What was the
I'm
question?
with you, Tanner.
I'm also
I don't
with
understand it either.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't realize that
Awesome.
was
Glad
a question.
we're on the same page. Anyway, I ranked this a C plus.
There we
Okay.
go.
you. I ranked it a C.
What? Jackson.
Hi.
Dude. I also ranked this movie not a C, but a C minus.
Damn.
Dylan, what are you thinking?
A plus from you?
No. That was my original rating.
Really?
Yeah, I was...
Why?
I enjoyed the movie. Fucking, I don't know. Maybe B. I'll give it a B.
B?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why'd it
Oh,
go down so much?
Jackson convinced me with his car talk.
Car talk.
I mean, the point of all this stuff is to like dumb down these car things to make it more interesting or more like accessible to a wide audience. So I don't think it's that egregious, to be honest. It's mostly like nitpicks. One big gripe I didn't mention actually, and I'm remembering now, is this whole operation they were doing with the stealing like truckloads and stuff is so fucking retarded. Especially
Yeah,
that
because
doesn't make any
all it took was one guy with a gun to thwart the entire operation instead of spiraling. Like one dude with a shotgun and it all falls apart. It's insane.
Yeah, but they
how
weren't
they got
equipped
this
to
far.
handle it.
I will
They
say
didn't even know
that-
it was gonna happen.
I will say that action scene of them like trying to steal from that guy with the gun, I thought that was pretty sweet.
I do think so too. That was definitely enjoyable. I just think there's comedy in the fact that like this professional operation is so easily thwarted by one guy with a fucking shotgun.
I don't know why these these truckers evidently were not carrying guns to begin with.
Yeah,
Right?
you normally think they would be.
Oh well.
Also, I like how the idea is that like the truckers go to the police and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna start just carrying guns." Why would they need to tell them?
Yeah.
Huh? Anyways,
I don't know.
where'd that land us, Jackson?
That puts us at a C plus,
Okay.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
slightly above average.